you in the room just waiting and he coming on, so you don't put on an extra pair of jeans or something because you know, like my pops will tear you up. You know what I'm saying? Like that joker ain't play. He'll come home and he's pulling off his clothes, so he'll call you in the room like, Mr. West, come on in the room.
Call you Mr. West?
Mr. West.
He just your daddy was slang, boy. Oh, you had one of them daddies. Yeah.
There's no better feeling as a father to know that your kids have become successful or are doing great. You know what I mean? Like just like all my kids, to see straight A's, like from all my kids, like that is one of the most, like I can't
even believe it, huh?
I can't explain the feeling, but the fact that, you know what I mean, and the only thing you can do is the best that you can do.
Right.
That's it.
You know what I mean? As long as you're doing the best that you can as a father, that's all you can do, and that's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't nobody really judge how good of a father you are. You know what I mean? Like as long as if you're doing the best that you can
do,
and it may not even be the best that like people, they judge everything. But even if they think that you're doing a worse job, as long as you're doing the best that you can, that's all that matters. And one person, and like you just said, the people who gonna let you know that is your kids.
Your kids.
Your kid. Yep.
They let you know every day, some type of way.
Yeah,
they gonna let you know.
Listen, they go, and then they have no filter. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, they gonna tell you.
Where you been?
Kids gonna tell you.
Why you weren't here this morning?
My kids are ruthless. Lord, listen. But that's what makes me a great father, because they hold me up to a certain standard. Like,
Where you get your parenting skills from, Mr. West?
Like, I get mine from my parents, my mama and dad. My dad was there my entire life.
And you look just like your daddy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You do look like your daddy.
and I'm proud to say that, because there was never a time my dad wasn't there. I can't sit here and say there's never a time my dad wasn't there.
And your mom and your dad was married the whole time?
The
or no?
entire time. Well, and even and they had their issues, like all
like
families
everybody.
does.
Absolutely.
Right.
But one thing my daddy did was he never ever made us kind of, he never let us see. Well, we saw some of the flaws because when we got older, he was able to, but when we were younger, a lot of times he tried to be the best that he could. You know what I mean? And my daddy didn't have it all. My daddy wasn't the richest man in the world.
Right.
But one thing about it is time. Anytime I had a football game, he was there.
Right.
Anytime I had a spelling bee, he was there.
Yeah.
One story, I used to cut up in class.
Yeah. We know.
We already know now. The last episode, we know now.
Class clown.
We know.
I used to cut up in class, right? But this is my daddy. So one day, man, I'm cutting up in class, and usually I'm gonna tell you, I'm finna call your mama and call your daddy. You tell me that, I'm gonna act up even more because I might as well go in. My daddy was the type of person that be sitting in the back of the class. So this particular day, I was going in, man. I'm full into it. Like I'm having a fit, and I'm tearing class up, and the teacher like, I'm finna tell your daddy, and I'm like, shoot, tell him. He said, look back. My dad's sitting in the back of the class.
Oh, my God.
You ain't know it.
My heart dropped to my stuff. Because my daddy ain't play. My daddy, listen, that joke ain't spelled a rod.
Oh.
I got a whooping in front of the class.
In front? Whoa.
Listen,
He ain't take you outside?
This is before DCF and all that. This is before all that.
Well, we had HRS.
Yeah, you right, but they let you whoop your kids.
Listen, but it's back in the day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one thing about it is he was a great example of what a father
How was you when that happened?
I was in like 5th grade.
Oh.
Yeah, I had little girlfriends in the class too, so I be trying to hold my tears.
You say you had a girlfriend?
Yeah, I had girlfriends in class and all, man.
No, they were talking
and
trash.
so I was sitting here trying to hold my tears, and I couldn't, man. He teared me up. But at the same time, I never acted up after that. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was take that one
in the
time.
back of class.
But they know what though? That's daddy.
Yeah,
That's the role daddy's supposed to play in your life.
My daddy was on top of us with everything, because at the same time, you got to think about it. My dad had 3 boys growing up in the south side of Tallahassee. So you got to kind of, if you ain't got a hold on them, it's easy for us to get snatched up. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And one thing I can say is all of my brothers, my youngest brother is a secret agent in Washington, D.C. right now. My older brother is a supervisor over the security of the lottery. And, you know what I mean? I'm a police officer. So
He did something right.
None of us never got in.
Right.
I got into some trouble, but I ain't never get into no legal trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I say all that to say this he was a perfect example because the way I raised my kids now, I had a blueprint in front of me. So you know what I mean?
That's
so
key.
based off of how he raised us, and like I said, he was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Always there. He attended everything that we did. He's a preacher as well.
Yeah, I would say he a man of the cloth too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Pops, and then his messages that he had, like he wasn't the type of person that go to church one day and be one way and then come home and be another way. No,
He lived
was
it.
Solid. You know what I'm saying? Even when we got whoopings, like it was like interrogation. Like if I know I got in trouble at home and I hear Pops come in and I know I'm gonna get a whooping, like he didn't spell the rod. You know what I'm saying? There's a way he whooped us and it was like the most drawn out thing in the world. Like it was.
He's gonna break you down.
Listen,
you know you done messed up,
Pops,
right?
My daddy liked to watch Jeopardy, so he'll come home and you kind of anticipating the whooping because he done already.
I don't
told
even
you
know where
not
this
to-
gonna go, bro.
We there now. We on our way.
Listen,
I don't know nothing. Where this going, brother?
listen. So he'll come home and you finna get a whooping. So he's like the smoothest disciplinary. Like I promise you, he has the same. Like I don't care how much you see him, he's the same pace every time. Like it's just smooth how he do it. So you in the room just waiting and he coming on, so you don't put on an extra pair of jeans or something because like my pops will tear you up. You know what I'm saying? Like that joker ain't play. He'll come home and he's pulling off his clothes, so he'll call you in the room like, Mr. West, come on in the room. You know
Call you
what I'm saying?
Mr. West.
Yes,
Mr. West.
He just
Your
used
daddy
wow,
was playing,
man.
boy.
Come on in
You
the
had
room.
one of them daddies.
So
Like you at the doctor's appointment.
right.
Come on in here, brother. Sit
Yeah,
down.
so you sitting there just listen. It's like because you know what's finna happen, so you got to sit down there. So while Jeopardy is on, he ain't saying a word to you. So before Jeopardy, it comes on and you got the commercial first. So like, let me know what happened at school today.
Yeah.
You know me. That teacher don't like me, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's the old
You got to put it on somebody else.
He ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
Right, so
Right.
Jeopardy comes on and it's quiet, and you just sitting there wait for him to say something like, "Pops, come on, man," and he'll sit there and watch Jeopardy. Commercial,
Nothing
come on.
wrong.
Yeah, commercial comes on. Okay, well, I told you, when you get to school, there's certain things that you're supposed to be doing, and you didn't do it. I hate to get a call from the teacher. Jeopardy comes on, and it's just quiet.
So you watching Jeopardy.
At that moment,
Right, listen,
he knew he messed up.
Yeah, listen.
He's
Your
psychologically
daddy believing in torture.
messing with you.
Right, I'm psychological
warfare.
I'm already whooped and already defeated
Right.
already.
Right.
So at the same, but that's just how he is,
Your
And
daddy's a
finally,
smart man.
Oh,
bro.
listen.
Yeah.
One thing he always taught us is think about what we're doing before we do it. That was that's one of his main things he kind of drove into us. Think about what you're doing before you do it.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? And
like
that's just what it is. But he was the type of person, he didn't just do things, he thought things out. Like there's a lot of thought.
Levels
behind
to it,
everything.
right.
Yeah. And
Right.
even to this day, you're not finna just go talk to him about anything. If you're gonna talk to him about it, you better have your facts and stuff straight.
Right.
Because at the same time, he's that type of person. Like
Right.
you ain't just finna
Calculated.
tell him. Yeah. Everything is like that. But at the same time, that taught me to be on top of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm dealing with my kids. Just based off of it's just the how he was and who he was to us, I was able to raise my kids the exact same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even if I had to
Wow.
do
Even with your own touch on
Yeah,
it, though.
yeah.
He
With your
was
total
wise.
touch on
yeah,
it.
my daddy was and still is a wise man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna, even if you ever hear him preach or anything else, there's a lot behind what he know what I mean. Like he always there's a point and it's deep. Like you be like, ooh.
He lived life. He talking right to me. He lived life.